moment, we have the bonus game for Super Mario 3, any percent, no warp whistle, which has raised $2,391.71 of its $6,000 donation goal. And for any of you who do wish to name an AGDQ race level for the upcoming Super Mario Maker race, you are able to go ahead and do so. There's also the upcoming bid war for Save or Kill the Yoshis for that same Super Mario Maker race. We're also having a Super Mario 2 Yoshi's Island run with a $8,000 donation incentive, and so far $1,317.21 of that incentive have been met so far. We have a $50 and 1 cent donation from Hans155 saying Strider was a great intro to the NES block. My donation goes towards Super Mario Bros. 3 because more games is always a worthy goal. And personally, I cannot agree more. We have a $30 donation from Radman the Lucario, my apologies, saying the NES block has provided no end of entertainment in past marathons, so I gotta put in money for it, as well as a shot at the NES. We need more retro goodness, so this goes to the SMB3 run. Can't wait for the spectacle that is awful games done quick tonight. Good luck to all future runners. Hashtag Strider. We have a $30 donation from Gurnapicus. My apologies if I have mispronounced your name. Saying, I'm so pumped for the NES platformer block. I love seeing these games as a kid and still love playing them. Wall jumping in Strider always gives me worlds of trouble, and I am hyped to see this game get beat so amazingly. We have a $30 donation from T-Touchdown77. Saying, being an Australian myself, I can confirm that Strider's representation of Australia is 100% accurate. You would not believe how much of a pain it is to dodge all of those bottomless pits on my way to work each day. We have a $15 donation from Kettle Frisbee saying, a brilliant display for a brilliant cause. I especially enjoyed Darkspine Sonic and his cool and collected commentary. Keep it up, everyone. We have a $75 donation.
For what?
Sorry, we have a $75 donation from AA Ron saying Super Mario Bros. 3 has a donation incentive and we haven't met it? Come on, people.
I can hear
Get out
that.
some of that old school Nintendo hype.
Can you guys hear me?
Hello?
Hello. I think we're live here. Got Battle Kid 2 coming up by Mr. Spiriax here. And
All right, so I'm gonna start at the top of this ship. SDA timing. Okay, so I'm gonna do a countdown from 3 to go. So 3, 2, 1, go.
so this is Battle Kid 2, The Mountain of Torment on NES. I think it was released in 2012. This is a homebrew title developed by Savak Games. It's just a really, really high quality Metroidvania, Mega Man style, I want to be the guy inspired game. It's a really high quality homebrew game with amazing music, amazing graphics, and really, really good platforming. It's also a highly difficult game. It's pretty much one-hit kills. Spiriax is playing on normal mode. The main thing to do throughout this game is just to make it from room to room and get to the next checkpoint without dying. Here he is on the first boss of the intro stage, Helga. Okay, nice. Skills are on the right side. Good mashing there.
Worth mentioning is that you can only have 3 shots set on the screen at the same time.
Oh, everyone listen for this
Oh,
theme right here, see if you recognize it. I'm loving it. All right.
But yeah, you can only have 3 shots on the screen at the same time, so you want to be up close on the boss, you can mash them down really quick.
Yeah, so just like Mega Man, 3 shots on the screen, lots of mashing. The bosses don't have any invulnerability period, so just you hope for good patterns that allow you to hit them as often as possible. Here you are into the main, the Mountain of Torment, the main maze, main map throughout the game. After the intro stage, it puts you in this very large map that you can explore. This is where the Metroidvania-style gameplay comes in. There's a map that you can access. You can see this very large grid of rooms, and you can only make it through certain sections if you have the right power-up. We'll get some movement abilities later on, and a few keys as well as we go throughout the levels and beat the bosses. Spiriax will be taking these checkpoints just in case that he dies. But an interesting note is that if you want to be the best at this game, as you noticed, he probably took like 2 or so seconds to go out of his way and get that checkpoint. There's actually a difficulty mode on this called Unfair, where you're not able to use any checkpoints, and it's one-hit kill throughout the entire game. And pretty much at the top of Battle Kid 1 and 2, you're going to have to play on Unfair if you want to have the ultimate unbeatable time and not get hit throughout the entire game. So it's a really brutal game, but it's also extremely fun here. So Spiriax making it through the, I think this is called Area 02. This is just the first part of the main maze stage. He's making his way to the first boss, and we'll start getting some upgrades. And if you look at the top right corner, there's these like 6 skulls. The game requires you to beat the 6 bosses scattered throughout this area before you go on to the final sort of dungeon, Mega Man style, I guess. And here's the first boss, Nice Golem. It's a very nice fight. Playing it really risky, standing right in front of the golem as he's dodging those rocks, and to get extra shots in, so that was really nice. And moving on to the second area here, if you notice, Spiriax didn't go back to get the save point, so you'll have to traverse a few rooms here without dying. Hopefully you guys can hear the music, because this game's got a really rockin' soundtrack if you like chiptunes, NES music, that sort of thing. Okay, that's a really scary room. Spiriax took that a little bit safely. Yeah, these pickaxe throwing guys are really annoying. They have 6 HP, so there's a lot of enemies that have like huge amounts of health that if you want to go through fast, you have to be able to take them out. There's a lot of like strange timings and delays that you have to do, so Spiriax is moving through these rooms to delay himself just the right amount to be able to make it like on the earliest possible cycle for certain things. But a lot of the rooms kind of tend themselves towards speedrunning, like you can just kind of hold right and go through them, and it just kind of works out kind of elegantly. The early cycle there? No. Okay. Like for instance, to land on that like really scary looking conveyor belt is just like a muscle memory delay you do, and it just works every time. Okay, very nice. Yeah, those eyeball guys have 4 HP, and they are invulnerable when their eye is closed, so getting through those guys on the right cycle just requires some good, well-timed button presses and mashing. All right, hitting that save point. Now we're going to the underwater section. This will be kind of an intro to the sewer, which is the next major section coming up, and we'll get our first upgrade. Typical underwater physics to just lower gravity, pretty much. Get this 1 frame jump. Hey!
Alright.
Alright, falling down to the sewers for our first upgrade here. This is the wall jumping. This is different from Battle Kid 1, so here on the couch with me actually is Infested Rich. He and I played Battle Kid 1 last AGDQ, and this is the sequel. And the wall jumping is one of the new abilities in this game. You can see the kind of the special walls on the side with like tick marks. Those you can climb on, and the wall jumping is actually really, really good in this game. It feels really good. You can go really fast on it. You have really good control. Okay, there you go. Now we're entering the sludge, which is the main kind of hazard in the sewer area here, where it's pretty much the same as water, except for you have just a much lower maximum movement speed in all directions. So you just get this really sluggish like motion. And the fan hazards that you kind of abuse to be able to move fast in the sludge.
So I don't know if it's obvious, but I'm not gonna be able to talk that much.
Yeah, if you're like streaming this game, it's really not conducive to like chat interaction. But it's really fun. It's such a great game. These little slime guys have like 4 HP, and then they collapse, and then after like 2 or 3 seconds, they come back up with 2 HP. So there's be a lot of these puzzles where you have to kill these slimes and get out of the way as soon as you can before they come back up. Oh, like this room right here is kind of annoying with the slimes. Okay, that was really nice. Hold left and it always works right there. Very nice.
What's really interesting to me in this game is that you can traverse most of the rooms in several different ways, but there's like how to optimize the game. It requires really tight execution and good mashing.
Yeah, Spiriax has put a lot of work into this game and in Battle Kid 1. Like at the top level, a lot of these rooms can be really scary if you're trying to move through them really fast. These bazooka mice with the shades, they're pretty tough. Just as soon as you hit them, or as soon as they see you, they start shooting, and they shoot really fast. So you got to get out of the way pretty quickly there. Okay. Making his way through the last section. Most of the areas that lead up to a boss are like 3 major sections that are divided by a couple of checkpoints. And
Nice.
There we go, finishing up that. And here, what is this? A Vertigrime, I think, is the name of this boss.
That's right.
He's got a weak point in the bottom right, and some sludge that you got to navigate through if you want to dodge some of his shots. Okay, there we go.
Oh, nice, you got the good pattern here.
Yeah, very nice fight. Being able to get up close to the weak point is ideal in that fight. But I think we have a time for a couple of donations before we go to the next area. So if you want to hit that off.
Yep.
Okay. We have a $25 donation from Anonymous saying, some of my 3 favorite runners on screen during Battle Kid 2. Glad to see Spiriax at AGDQ after watching him stream Battle Kid 2 for so long. Let him decide where this goes.
Thank you.
We have a $50 donation from Kira184 saying, great work all of you are doing. This is my 4th GDQ I'm watching live. Because of you guys, I got hooked on speedruns and enjoy the destruction of classic games. My donation goes towards Announcer's Choice, greetings from Germany. Thank you. For those wondering, my choice is going to be for the Excalibur route in Final Fantasy IV.
And so he's backtracking a little bit through this cave section because there was this alternate route that had the wall jump blocks. So that's kind of the Metroidvania element at play as you go back with the recently acquired item to go to the next area. And in addition to the bosses that kind of count against the 6 main ones that you have to defeat, represented by the X's in the top right corner, there's also a couple of extra bosses that you have to fight that are kind of the main villains of the game. So here we are coming up to I guess the main antagonist, Ivan. We fought Helga, his partner, earlier on in the intro stage. So those 2 will be making regular appearances throughout the game to kind of stop you before you go to the next areas. Kind of like mini bosses a little bit. And they have their own boss theme and everything. Here we even see like the Yoku blocks from Mega Man, clear inspiration, but they added some ice physics to it just to jazz it up a bit in this section.
Like every area in the game throws another gimmick at you, and here you'll see a lot of ice physics. It's like the small blocks covered in, looks like it's snow on them. You don't really notice it, but he does like short jumps on top of them to stop his momentum. Like,
Yeah, because if you let go of the button, you just keep sliding. But if you let go and then press jump, you'll stop. So it's a good way to control your position. All right. Okay, good. That's a really scary room. And we'll see him do exactly what Rich said right here to make these easy stops on the ice. Okay, good. Yeah, if you miss that guy, he kills you. We are going on to Ivan 1. You can even hear the different boss music. Forget what the plot is in this game. They're bad guys, and we gotta kill them. We'll go with that. So the longer this fight lasts, it builds up this ice block on the right side, making it harder and harder to continue the fight. But since Spiriax is so good, that won't even be a remote problem. There we go. Very nice fight.
it's really hard to optimize that fight because his weak spot is like at the peak of your jump, and you ideally want to hit like 3 shots per jump. And Spiriax even got in a couple of jumps where he did 4 hits, so it requires really good mashing like at the peak of your jump.
Okay, so if you want to feel some of the tension in this game, realize that he didn't go back to the save point after defeating the boss and just went through one of the hardest rooms really fast, so that was nice. So yeah, keep an eye on when he saves, and that kind of lets you know when the tense parts of the runs are, the further he gets from save points. Nice, okay, that's a scary. These series of screens are really cool to do fast. You can shoot those 3 blocks on the way down, grab the wall, and jump off it right away. Like, there's so many different strategies throughout this that if you want to be as fast as possible, they're just like significantly harder than like a slightly slower way through it. Abusing some of the wall jump mechanics there to be able to actually hit the block. Making our way to the Haunted Shrine area, the 3rd main area in the Mountain Torment. The Yoku blocks are even changed up a little bit with the conveyor belts, so... And now we have some of these oscillating orb enemies. The game does a pretty good job of introducing new types of platforming gimmicks and new enemies pretty regularly throughout it to make it fresh. Savak had a lot of really good ideas if he was able to actually put together so many different things in the game. Wow, really nice. That early conveyor belt shot, that was really nice. Alright, and Spiriax is going to go off to the side here to go enter some of these rooms with the letters on it, like the letter D there. So those are teleporters. You can see at the top TP, and he's got teleporters C and D activated. We're just activating them now because we're going to go back and do some backtracking and collect some stuff later. And using the teleporters is the fastest way to revisit some areas. So here in the Haunted Shrine, this is some of the most annoying enemies in the game, is these necromancers here. They have 6 HP, and they're positioned in these really awful spots. As long as they're alive, these invulnerable ghosts will be slowly moving towards you. And a couple of those early screens are just so slow. I wish there was some faster way you can do it, but really nice. See the necromancers and the kind of oscillating spikes is one of the gimmicks in this stage. And this is where the game really starts to get hard for a casual playthrough. It just ramps up in difficulty pretty quick at this point.
Oh, that was weird.
There you could see that a good thing for the speedrun is like when you enter a room, it's always going to be the same. But if you notice like that maybe you missed some kind of execution, you can just leave the room and re-enter to reset the room.
Yeah, it's almost an intended mechanic. It certainly makes any strategy where you just kind of hold the button and get the timings right much easier. Okay, so that was really nice. Really puzzle-heavy room there to actually be able to get through it. You can see these like ghost summoner dudes. You have to kind of guide their shots into those purple blocks to defeat the purple blocks. So that was good early cycles there on hitting that key block. So I didn't mention it earlier, but after having defeated Ivan earlier, you gain the first key, and that just is kind of a simple simple Metroidvania unlock where it's just there's a couple of these key blocks that you can't get through, and now you can. There's up to key 3 throughout the game, and I think it's only the Ivan and Helga fights that actually reward you with keys. This is a really complicated room here as you...
Nice.
Man, that was really nice. That is such a scary room to do fast. Okay. The final couple of rooms in Haunted Shrine here. Okay. Yeah. If you don't jump as early as possible, those spikes will get you, but if as long as you're holding left the whole time, it usually works out. So Hantai Ramos is the boss 3 here. This is a really strange boss where he's only vulnerable if you guide his orb of opposite color into him. Nice, nice. Getting a lot of hits on the wall there. Hopefully get this guy in 2 cycles. Ah, bad pattern. Okay. See him kind of faking you out if you change the block color too early. He powers up. Okay. The idea is to change the color right before it gets to him. There you go. Got him.
Okay.
All right.
Good recovery.
Had a close call there, but we're still on the 0 death count, so Spiriax is a great run going here. And we're rewarded with the slow fall feather. This is a mechanic from Battle Kid 1 that's back. You pretty much just hold up in midair and you fall slowly. This is not really in any other platformers. This is a kind of a simple concept, but you get used to it pretty quick as you kind of just tap float whenever you need to, especially with the double jump coming up later. Your movement options expand quite a bit. Okay, good. If you don't hit that key 1 block, you have to suicide there.
So now we're heading back to Teleporter C, back to the sewers, and yeah, going to pick up another upgrade.
Yeah, before you can access the 4th major area, you got to be able to navigate sludge properly, so that's Spiriax is going to get the X sludge. A few of these rooms are pretty tricky to go get this upgrade. Just like a lot of these turrets, positionings are really strange. Okay, so got through that first part. I think it's probably okay to do some donations now.
All right. We have a $25 donation from Ragowit saying, "So nice to finally see you, Spiriax, at AGDQ. Good luck and have fun," from Umeå, Sweden.
Thank you, Marcus.
We have a $50 donation from Brave Saint saying, "A terrible speedrunner myself, so thanks for letting me live vicariously for an awesome cause. Keep up the great work."
Thanks.
We have a $10 donation from Rob Gonzalez saying, "Awesome show, awesome games, and awesome gamers. Best part is that it's all for a good cause. Greetings from Sweden." We have a $50 donation from Matthew Larson saying, "Hey all, Battle Kid 2 main artist here. While I'm unable to watch the run right now, I wanted to wish the runner good luck. I think what you were all doing is wonderful and look forward to the day when the whole world celebrates the end of cancer. And speaking of saving lives, kill the animals."
All right, so we could see this another sludge-heavy section here, but this is the last time we'll have to deal with sludge for a little while. It's cool, a couple of the upgrade collects in this game will make you go through a small section, grab the upgrade, and then you have to backtrack before you're able to get to a save point. And just doing the rooms backwards and having the upgrade changes the way you do the actual room, so it kind of keeps it fresh a little bit. So what the X sludge actually does is turns the sludge physics just into regular water physics, so you get the same max speeds, but with the low gravity now. And now that we also have the feather, it changes up a little bit of the strategies throughout these rooms. Not like some of these are some of the strategies where you just kind of hold left and right and hug the walls, and they always work out. Those rooms are kind of a break. There's not too many breaks in this game. Hear that first area theme. It's really good. So if anything, if you like NES music, you should definitely pick up this game. I think it's on, I wish I remember what the website was, but you just search for Savak games, and these games definitely need some support. hopefully Savak can work on some more games in the future. Really talented developer. I want to see more stuff like this. That's really good for the gaming community to see some really strong independent projects. Ooh, nice. Those bazooka mice, they're rough. All right. So finally out of the whole X-Sludge area, making our way to the fourth major area in the game. And along the way, picking up the first Erexium shard. You can now see that ×1 in the top underneath the teleporter listing on the top of the screen. That'll be something coming up after defeating the 6 major bosses. You have to go back and recollect 7 of these crystal shards that are scattered throughout the entire map. So we're back underwater. This is pretty much the theme of the next area, is a lot of underwater movement, and several new enemies as well. Underwater base really starts to, I'm going to say this a lot, but it starts to ramp up in difficulty, like quite a bit. The game at this point is pretty tough the first time. We had a big blind race of this about a year and a half ago, and I feel like the best times were like 4, 5, 6 hours for first playthroughs, but there was many like in the tens of hours. It's a really tough game, especially later on. There's a few puzzles that are really tough. And the game keeps track of your deaths, and at the end of the game, I think the first time I played it, it was like 300-something deaths, and there's people up in like the thousands. So it's a lot of the bosses are heavy trial and error. Just something I really like about this game, as opposed to like a lot of the I Want to Be the Guy fan games, is that the regular levels don't have anything that kind of pops out and surprises you. You can identify all of the enemies and platforming elements as you walk into a room, and you can kind of visualize how to do it rather than just having a tile of grass pop up and kill you. But the bosses themselves are pretty heavily trial and error, where their patterns just move really fast. And basically, by the time you've learned the pattern, you've won the fight. Okay, really nice. And a lot of these rooms, like this is a good example. Like if you the enemies are moving around so fast, it's hard to kind of visualize the right timing. But as long as you just consistently move through the room, then it just always works. Okay, I like that strat to shoot the fish. Normally you don't have enough time. That's pretty nice. There's a really annoying room here. I'd like to see a quick strategy. Ooh, I like it.
There's a faster one too.
This is the third section of I think it's the aquatic base. Aquatic base is the name of this area.
Yeah.
Really good tunes here too.
Now be a good time for 2 donations?
Yeah, go for it.
Thank you. We have a $30 donation from Barcode47 saying good luck to Spiriax and great job to all the runners. And we have a $75 donation from JavoCan saying the NES block is 100% hype. Battle Kid 2 is an amazing game, and it's always fun to see people blasting through it.
Okay, that was the last room there. All right, moving on to the boss. So, I think the developer intentionally made this boss pretty easy because just kind of a break through the really difficult aquatic base. And Spiriax still hasn't died yet, so this is a really fantastic run. Pretty interesting boss. Like you kind of watch the little lights on his shell to be able to determine where the projectiles are going to come from.
The lobster bot.
Lobster bot. Nice.
Nice.
I didn't have time to say, but thanks, Vincent. Also, I was supposed to say hi to my brother. Hey, Tony.
And Spiriax just picked up key number 2, and while he's on his way to the next area, I guess we can squeeze in a few more donations.
You got it. We have a $50 donation from C. Randall saying, love AGDQ. So much talent and so many great people involved to make it happen. I'm watching Battle Kid 2. It's the first time I've heard of this game, but I'm on the edge of my seat. Great job, runners, and everyone behind the scenes. It's all about saving lives, so let's save the animals as well. We have a $30 donation from Pyrrhic Kong saying, come to see the games I love destroyed, stay to see the gems I never picked up as a kid destroyed. Loving the execution on this run, watching the speedy navigation, I dare say, is a thing of beauty. Let's toss some money at another NES classic, Mario 3.
All right, so here we are in the 5th major area. This is the Glacial Caverns. This is my personal favorite song in the game. Really good tune. It's just interesting. If you have played this game, or if you're just interested in maybe how it was developed, Savak has a really good let's play of both the first game and this game on YouTube, where he talks about like the history of even small things about room layouts and music choices and programming difficulties and stuff like that. It's a really good watch if you're interested in like NES or just game development in general. But I thought it was cool that he mentioned that this track he wrote back in like 2002 before the first Battle Kid. But yeah, the developer himself that did a lot of the other work, did a lot of the music in the game. The music's fantastic. So the main things in this whole area are these spike blocks, proximity-based spike blocks are back from Battle Kid 1. And there's also a lot of these Yetis that spit the ice blocks that bounce around. And they're really frustrating because they have 8 HP. It takes a long time to mash them down. And they're... okay, that's a really scary room. Very nice. And their ice blocks actually deflect your shots. Okay, nice.
I'm not going for that YOLO jump again.
Made it to checkpoint. That's all that matters. Still at the 0 death count, so. A lot of these puzzles are really interesting. I really like this room in particular, the speed strat in it. You just have to prime, kind of get the blocks to move before you shoot the block, so you're able to kind of pass through as soon as possible. Here's another instance where if you just hug the walls, you easily dodge shots, like without even having to think about it. Nice. Wow, 6 shots in that jump. Okay, and we're through. Now to the boss. This, what's this boss's name?
Misha.
Misha. That's the penguin boss. This guy's actually really hard the first time you do him, but... Okay, good fight. Nice. We'll get back to some donations in a bit, but before we do, this is a kind of a unique thing after this boss. You're just going to grab the double jump power up, and right before the boss there was this area here. We're going to grab another one of the shards. A lot of these shards are kind of guarded by a small puzzle, and this is the first one. We're going to give some concentration here. This is like Simon, so just to make sure he hits these in the correct order. Nice. Okay, there we go. It's
That section is always scary.
yeah, it can be easy, like because the last one ends with 6 of them that you have to memorize, and if it's like all 6 on the top left or something, it's obviously easy to memorize. But just some of the configurations, it can be kind of hard to keep track of. So
The patterns are always random, so it's not something that you can just memorize for every playthrough.
And if you shoot the wrong block at any point, just what is it? You just appear on top of a bunch of spikes or something, or it just kills you.
Yeah.
So as we backtrack here and get through to the 6th area, we can go ahead and do some more donations, I guess.
Sounds good. We have a $20 donation from Scratchy saying, hey there, GDQ. Thanks for all the efforts to pull off such a big event every year. And of course, good luck with the run, Spiriax. Greetings from Germany.
Thanks, Tony.
We have a $75 donation from Corfox saying, "Hi runners, my friend Ryan was just recently diagnosed with cancer and is about a month into his chemo treatments. Cancer affects all of us. Figured I'd put some money in where hopefully it'll help some folks. Love all you guys and gals. What you're doing is awesome. Stay strong and live long. And kill the animals."
All right, so another interesting thing coming up here is just going to the 6th area. It actually has a boss right before it, right as you enter. This is actually Helga is back from the intro stage. This is Helga round 2. Her patterns are very similar to as before, but it's just more stuff added to it, and she moves a little bit faster. So it's going to be kind of a scary fight. It's very heavily RNG dependent too. This pattern in particular is one of the slowest. It's the ideal pattern there. Okay, very nice.
Very nice.
Yeah, so Helga is like this. She's like this German electricity ninja. I don't know how else to describe it, but she's just a really great antagonist. Really hard fights in this game. And she, at least it was the first screen. And you went back to the save point this time, so good call. But yeah, Helga in particular did a lot of the Warwick's pattern there, where she just shoots the electricity balls while standing on the ground. Those are really tough to dodge. And she'll be back again later on. But here in the name of this, the name
Power
of this area,
station, I
the
think
power
it is.
station. All right. This has got some really awesome music too. One of the main elements here is the quick man beams. Basically forces you to speedrun these small screens here, and that's kind of a recurring theme throughout this area. So as speedrunners, just play the stage normally, no problem. That screen is really, really hard to comprehend when you first see it. It's kind of trial and error.
Oh.
This is about halfway through this stage now. Saw those key 3 blocks down there. We'll be coming back. It's kind of a shortcut back into this area as we do the shard collection later on. This is a really fun zone to play through with speed. Whew, that strat. Whoa, all right. And check out that key 3 block up there. Keep that in mind. We'll be coming back. If you play this for the first time and don't remember that, it'd be kind of hard to find. It's the last quick man beams here. That's a scary one. Okay, we're through. So this boss, the clone machine, is that something like that?
Doppelgang Constructor, I think it is.
Doppelganger Constructor. This is a really interesting boss. It's a long boss fight, so we'll give him some serious time here, but he's going to try and stand on this 1 pixel for the first few phases, making this pretty easy. He's got it. But it's just such a fixed length fight. It takes, like, I don't know, a little over a minute to do, and because it's just so long, if you die and have to start over, it takes a while. And a lot of these patterns are really hard to identify a safe way through it. But Spiriax knows what he's doing, so he'll have to get out of this corner in just a little bit here. Okay.
Nice.
Okay, there you go. And we can see the doppelgangers getting progressively stronger throughout that. Now that Spiriax has key 3, as it's explaining to him right now, we're going to use key 3 to go back throughout the map. All the bosses in this area have been defeated now. You can see all the red X's in the top right. You can actually go to the final area at this point, but there's a couple of different endings you can get based on how many shards you have when you go to the final area. But unless you have 7, they're pretty much bad endings. You need all 7 shards to be able to advance to the kind of final few sections of the game. So now he's going to backtrack through a lot of the teleporters to grab the remaining 5 shards. And as we backtrack to this one here, some donations.
Sounds good. We've got a $50 donation from Esker and Maya saying, good luck, Spiriax. The run is looking mighty good so far. Keep it up. With the NES block coming up, AGDQ starts now. Donation goes to the runner's choice. We've got a $25 donation from Twisted Cheese saying, really impressed with the speedrun of Battle Kid 2, Mountain of Torment. Never heard of this, and the soundtrack really rocks. I also really like the commentary. It shows quite some knowledge about the game, which always makes watching the speedrun even more impressive.
So we have, going back through that key 3 block we saw last time, this little puzzle here, you just kind of watch the numbers, and the zeros correspond with the safe spots to stand. And as this gets faster and faster, it can be kind of scary. Spiriax is going to want to stand in the center as much as you can, just to kind of give him more movement options in case. Sometimes the numbers fill with 1s and there's a single 0 to stand in. You got to react really quick.
Also, I cannot pause.
No pausing, okay. I didn't even think of that. But
Yeah,
that's, I guess.
that's evil. Okay, that
There it
was
is.
lucky.
Okay.
So a few of the shards are like that. Going to move on to the back side of the Haunted Shrine for the next shard. And this is a major puzzle. We actually got a cheat sheet to hop out here. But I think we got a couple more donations in the meantime.
All right, we've got a $15 donation from Ayman Regian, and I do apologize if I mispronounced your name, saying, I have never heard of this game, but I'm biting my nails watching this run. Spiriax is incredible. Thanks for all you do, AGDQ. Also, save those animals. We have a $25 donation from Odin saying, first time watching AGDQ live, as work usually gets in the way. Good luck to all the runners. Never heard of Battle Kid 1 or 2 till now, but I think I found my new playlist. Money goes to Announcer's Choice. Thank you for that. We have a $50 donation from Darius Popin saying, good day from Canada, Francois. Really excited for the Nintendo block. And remember, what doesn't kill you makes you smaller.
Okay, so this part, it's kind of hard to explain, but there's 26 different combinations here, and I got to see what the first letter is that appears, and you kind of do this. It's a small math puzzle where you associate a letter with a number and add them together, and that tells you what door to go in. So,
All right.
F would be U, M, E, J, H, Q, L, Y.
Nice. That was so smooth.
So you could solve that on the fly, but it takes a second or two to think about it, so probably about 20 seconds lost total. But yeah, pretty much as it spells out the words Erexium, you take the last letter that you selected and you take the number representation of that and you add it to the letter that appears at the bottom. So if it's O-R-R-E-X-I-U-M, and you're on O, you add the O to the last letter. And if it's greater than 26, you divide it by 26, take the remainder, convert that to a letter, and then you go into that door. And the game gives you a little bit of a hint about it, but if you're like blind racing it and you're not even thinking about checking like the plaque that explains it, then it took everybody like 30 minutes, and we're in this like Skype call, and everyone is complaining by this point.
Yeah, I had to look it up first time playing. Just wanted to keep playing.
Puzzles in my platformer.
I think some people tried to do like, they were like, I'm not gonna solve this puzzle, I'm just gonna go random in a door, but it's 1 out of 4 times 8, so good luck with those odds.
So that's it with the, I guess that's it with the puzzle-based shards. Here are the platforming-based ones. And here in the sewers, this one is really, really tricky, especially on the backtrack. So for these three, it's all go through a few screens to get the shard and then backtrack through those screens, and it changes the puzzle slightly. This one in particular, this room is really tough on the backtrack. Oh, they're all really tough. Okay.
Nice.
Oh, I like that setup. Nice. So that's a really scary part. Glad you made it through without dying there. I'm going to go back to the aquatic base. It's actually pretty close to this area. You don't need to take any teleporters. This is routed out just to kind of minimize the number of screens you have to go through to get to each shard. But this is the last major shard. There's one freebie shard near the end. If you notice, after fighting Lobsterbot, there was an alternate pathway right above him. And that's what we're going back to. And I think we can do a couple more.
Sounds good. We've got a $50 donation from Ryan Henyard saying, always glad to donate and support a GDQ event. Our community has made great strides over the years in helping Prevent Cancer Foundation and helped inspire me to do more charity work as well. We have a $50 donation from Drew B saying, NES titles always rule this world. Keep it up. This entire event has won a place in my heart. We have a $30 donation from Deity Mon saying, first time donating, keep up the good work, guys. Greetings from Germany. And we have a $20 donation from Andreas147 saying, the NES block has always been my favorite, and it amazes me to see the games I struggled with growing up handled so easily. Keep up the good work, and shout out to the tech crew who makes all of this viewable online.
All right, so here we are at the aquatic base section of the Erexium Shard. There's one screen in particular. You saw it with that moving spike block and the like jellyfish. Going through that screen backwards, Spiriax is a new strat. I wonder if he's going to try it. It's a really scary backtrack here.
Not going for it, though. Not consistent enough with yet.
Yeah, and it only saved like 3 seconds or something, so for Marathon that's probably a good idea.
And just
Yeah.
having to wait for the block to move back.
And the save is like 3 rooms from the entrance too. So.
And your save point is several screens away, so any death there loses quite a bit of time. And it's cool that even though you've backtracked through these screens a few times, since you have different power-ups like double jump and slow fall, it makes the manner that you do it a little bit different. And those are all of the main shards. There's still one left to get. Each shard is kind of put in every major section of the map, and the first one is back at the very beginning. And the game kind of teaches you how to access this shard by putting you into if you just kind of explore a bit, it puts you into a room that looks like you can't get out, but it shows you like that you can with a certain wall that you can climb. And then it kind of lets you know that you'd be able to climb a similarly looking wall right here. And if you float all the way to the left, you get the intro stage shard. And that's it for the main area. Gonna go to the kind of golden statue-esque room here to access the kind of cutscene that brings us to the final stage. You see the Metroidvania aspect kicking in here. And if you go to this part with less than 7, it changes the cutscene a little bit and you game over. If you go here with 0, it's actually a completely different cutscene because normally a player is going to pick up, there's one really free shard in the cave section that you just pick up and you'll have at least one. So you have to intentionally get none to kind of see that little bonus scene there. But now that he's powered up with all the shards, he can destroy the reactor. I love these kind of like Ninja Gaiden style cutscenes. Really, really good work on like the dialogue and the artwork in this. And as we transition to the final area, we could probably do a few more donations. Yep.
Sounds good. We've got a $75 donation from Patch Shifter saying, I've never heard of Battle Kid, but I'm going to check this out now. You make it look very easy, but I know that's because you've put a lot of work in, so keep it up. The music and some of the elements of this game remind me of VVVVVV, but that might just be me. Sorry, I had to count out how many I was saying there. My apologies. We have a $30 donation from Illusionary One saying, finally, it's Wednesday. Sorry. Well, good luck to all the runners, and thanks to all of those who have donated for this great cause.
All right, and we're coming up to Ivan round 2 here at the beginning of the battleship. Ivan's got some new toys. Yeah, that's cool. It's interesting in between like Helga and Ivan. Helga always fights without any machines. She just has her electricity powers. And Ivan always has some kind of a machine. And actually, if you look on the backgrounds, I found this really interesting. On the backgrounds of a lot of the screens in the battleship, it's actually Morse code, and they spell out certain things. Nice.
We call that fight the coffee pot, by the way.
Yep.
I think that says Ivan in Morse code there in the top left. There's a few of the screens have just kind of hidden messages. And something I think that the developer did is intentionally made this cutscene unskippable to time the music to become exciting as soon as you actually start platforming.
Yeah, I can't do anything now.
But this is a really cool, this is just kind of like a final rush where it throws every enemy and every platforming mechanic you've encountered so far.
Best soundtrack in the game.
Oh yeah, this song's rocking for sure. Nice early cycle there. Oh, the bazooka mice. That's
that
a
strat
really
is so tight, but
really-
it saves so much time if you can get it.
It's just a really frustrating screen, dodging the top left guy's shots and triggering all those bazooka mice shots too. Oh, man. Okay, there you go.
I was unfortunate.
Okay, first checkpoint. Yeah, that first section I always thought was one of the hardest in the game to do. Ooh,
Ooh,
nice.
quick cycle there.
That's a really scary screen too. All right, good stuff. This is the final section before we go to the real final area. Just like Battle Kid 1, it gives you just kind of a this wrap-up section with all of your abilities, and then it makes you do a few more sections without any of your abilities, and you kind of recollect the power-ups. So we'll be seeing that as well, just a little bit, right before the final boss rush. Okay, we're in there. Here's where it takes away all your weapons. It's a fake save point. Oh, come on, you saw it coming. So the true final section here, as you notice, you don't have any of your power-ups, so no more double jump, wall climb, X-sludge, or slow fall. The first item to get is slow fall, so it's kind of interesting that they give you the power-ups in kind of a different order, making it a little bit kind of a different experience, having slow fall before like wall jump in this case. And more instances where you grab the power-up and kind of backtrack through a couple of the screens using the power-up. Ooh, got the early cycle on that. It's kind of scary. And coming up next, we do have one of the hardest sections in the game to collect the... It's actually no longer a double jump. We'll see here in just a little bit. Oh. So, like, up until now, Spiriax hasn't really been dying that much, so you forget that this game's actually a one-hit kill, like, when you see people like this, as good as this guy playing in. And double jump has become triple jump. And a couple of these rooms are really, really scary. Okay.
All right.
Okay, we're through. That's such a sigh of relief after that section.
That fall there feels so good every time. Oh, grab the save.
Oh, yeah. And yep, the sludge is back for one more round. This is actually kind of interesting. There's actually another little boss thrown in here, and you fight him in the sludge. And you haven't done anything like that up to this point. It's kind of an interesting twist at the end of the game. And this section in particular is really long, just several screens in between the checkpoints. And with the slow movement in the sludge, it makes it pretty frustrating if you die. The screen is so annoying. Oh, there
Okay,
you go.
nice.
Okay. Okay, made it through. So now it's the muck swimmers. It's two separate bosses, kind of at the same time, and you gotta fight them in the sludge and just get used to the slow movement. But it's not too tough. Nice.
Really nice fight.
That RNG was amazing.
Yeah.
Getting both the X-Sludge and the wall jump back. And that was a really nice fight. It's really, if you accidentally like kill one of them way too early than the other, it can be hard to identify what the other's patterns are going to be, because the pattern is usually obvious by like the position of both of them at the same time. So the fact that he killed them both roughly at the same time was a huge help.
And if you have one left, he can troll you by staying at the top of the screen, because if you saw, there were one pattern when they were like one at the top and one at the bottom in the middle. And yeah, if you only have one left, it can be, well, he can spawn from the top and just, you can't do anything about it.
As you see, we have water physics in this section to backtrack through what used to be sludge. Moving on to the true final section. So many final sections in this. But with all the power-ups reacquired, there's only one more save point until the real final boss rush here. As we take out Ivan and Helga's third forms. This is a really cool screen where you just kind of have to manipulate this guy's shots in just the right cycles. And the game finishes up with more quick man beams. Okay, we're in there. So Helga, round 3, just like she has very similar patterns than as before, but now that you have triple jump, she's kind of adapted to that. So there's going to be a lot of just navigating the entire screen to dodge everything that she has. Okay. That's a really stressful fight. Like when she does the the fast triple shots, if she's near the center of the screen, it's really hard to dodge those. And those unfortunately kind of bad RNG just with her doing the large column attack. Here on the final boss, you have to disable the top left and top right pylons to make the center vulnerable. So good luck.
Thank you.
Yes.
Nice.
Amazing. First try, one cycle, and Ivan 3, really tough boss. That was awesome.
If you don't kill him, yeah, in the first cycle, he will respawn his top pylons at the top, and you have to shoot them down again and resume the fight.
And he has there's 4 different patterns that can happen, and it runs through 6 of them before it respawns the pylons that you have to defeat again. So he finished the boss on the 5th or 6th cycle there, so that was really nice.
I was really lucky though. I didn't get the bad attack even once.
The red spray.
Yeah, the red machine gun one.
What's the timer at?
We might be on world record pace here, actually. This has been a really good run so far. 4 deaths,
The
I
current
believe.
time is 59 minutes even.
Okay. Oh wow.
It can be
This
tight.
Could be sub-hour. Okay. Going for the early cycle there. Okay. This escape sequence is not that hard. It's designed to actually be beatable the first time you do it because you do many attempts at Ivan 3 before you beat him the first time. But getting key 4 to go back to the ship here.
Oh.
And time will be when he lands on the ship, and I'll shout it out.
Not getting those.
It's fine, man. You're fine.
Yeah.
Get ready on time here. And time.
59:56.
59:56, sub-hour. Wow.
Like 3 seconds away from world record or something, right?
59:56. 6 seconds away.
Incredible. That's Spiriax, Battle Kid 2.
Yeah, amazing run.
Now you can rest, just like Timmy. He's even green. You're green just like Timmy.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, if you choose easy mode, he's pink. Yeah, that was a fantastic run. Make sure you guys follow Spiriax on Twitch if you like the Battle Kid games. Really good stuff. And make sure you look into if you really like NES games or high quality homebrew games and want to support that. And maybe let Savak know that we want to see more of his stuff in the future. He's a really talented developer. Go check out Battle Kid. Maybe think about giving it a purchase. It comes with a really nice box and manual and a real
Bonus
cartridge.
content.
Yeah, and there's a lot of inserts, and in the games themselves, there's bonus passwords that you get based on what difficulty you beat it on. There's a lot of content in the game, so it's really good. So I think we have Gimmick coming up next, but one round of applause for Speedrun to finish this out. Great run, man.
We're going to go to a quick commercial break, everybody, and afterwards it's going to be a race of a Gimmick between Aquas and Bacorid. All right, everybody. We have a $15 donation from Gecko JSC saying, I was absolutely blown away by the Yoshi's Island race last year and would love to see another one. Please let this happen. And we have a $20 donation from Q-Strike saying, how have the incentives for Super Mario Bros. 3 No Warp Whistle and Super Mario World 2 not been met yet? Let's see these classic games get done quick, for the nostalgia and for the hype. And I just want to remind everybody that coming up, we are still short right now on a couple of incentive goals for Super Mario Brothers 3, any percent, no warp whistle. Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island, any percent. And Castlevania Symphony of the Night, Richter, all bosses. So make sure if you guys want to see those in the marathon as well, to get your donations in. We have a $50 donation from Topher123 saying it's the third year watching AGDQ live and I keep getting addicted. Just can't stop watching. Good luck to all the runners. And we have a $20 donation from Goose Kick saying great commentary, Duckfist. The money goes to his choice. We have a $30 donation from Afridi saying, always loved watching people speedrun NES games, and Gimmick is one of the absolutely craziest ones I know. Thanks so much for every runner, volunteer, organizer, and everyone who donates to make these 2 weeks of the year amazing. Love from Norway. We got a $50 donation from Anonymous saying, crazy kids, back in my day, an NES game took months to beat. We got a $30 donation from Mary Catherine August Collins, and I do apologize if I mispronounced your last name, saying, here's my second donation of the marathon. Good luck to all runners in the NES block. I can't stay to watch the whole thing, but I will catch up when I can. Thanks for a great marathon so far. Hope you're still listening. That way your donation got read on the air. We have a $50 donation from Lion of Fire, saying, thanks for the amusement and charity you were giving. Save the Yoshis and save the animals. Save everything. Just to counter that, we have a $50 donation from Church of JT saying, kill the animals is too far ahead. Sorry, actually supporting that. Kill the animals is too far ahead, and I like close races, so take this for saving them. Good luck to all the NES runners and my favorite block. We have a $50 donation from Captain Don Keys saying, I'm moving soon, and there's nothing better than watching AGDQ while packing. Thanks for such an awesome event. Oh, and kill those animals. We have a $50 donation from Anonymous saying, I lost an aunt to cancer 2 years ago, and I have an uncle in the middle of chemotherapy right now. Thanks to all the runners and organizers for helping to raise money for this incredible cause. We have a $35 donation from Cappy saying, I look forward to this every year and love the work you guys put in. Keep up the great work. We have a $30 donation from Portuguese Captain saying, been watching and donating since classic games done quick way back when. I love losing tons of sleep over watching great motivated people run through these games that my fragile 7-year-old mind could barely trudge through. Lots of luck to the runners of the NES block and for the rest of the marathon. We have a $50 donation from Hans Johansson, my apologies. NES block, deep in my heart, this is my not-so-secret love child. Have to donate. Love you all for what you were doing and keep it up. P.S. Very much so, kill the animals. We have a $30 donation from Masamuna Z saying, fourth donation this AGDQ. It's been a lot of fun to catch it live. NES block hype? I think we can do a little bit better than that, everybody. All together now. That's more like it. Thank you. We have a $30 donation from No Wheel. I apologize if I mispronounced that. Saying, hey, here's a donation from France. Keep it up, guys. We have a $20 donation from Anonymous saying, watching GDQ for the second time. Never knew this was a thing, but it's the best. Keep it work, guys. You guys sorry about that. Keep up the good work. You guys are awesome. Save the animals and save the Yoshis. Just to remind everybody, you can go ahead and inform your friends. If you need to spread the word through social media, use the hashtag AGDQ2016 to spread the word out, to get more people involved and get more people watching. We've got a $30 donation from the Kurosakai saying the NES brings a lot of memories. I always thought that I was good at games until I started watching you all destroy them. Oh well, just another reality of childhood debunked. Put this towards killing the Yoshis because there will always be more of them. We have a $20 donation from Jappy saying, what an intense speedrun of Battle Kid. I couldn't even blink during the run. Congrats to the speedrunner for the amazing run. Just as a quick update for everybody, Super Mario Bros. 3 any percent no warp whistle has currently $4,045.66 out of its $6,000 donation goal. Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island has $1,802.21 out of $8,000 raised for it so far. And let me pull up the numbers for Symphony of the Night. And right now, Castlevania Symphony of the Night, Richter All Bosses, currently is a good long ways away. It's only raised $135.20 out of $7,500 so far. Make sure to get those donations in, everybody. We have a $100 donation from Eric Janssen saying, thank you to all of you for doing this. It's been a great week so far, so let's hope for more greatness to come. Donating towards Super Mario Bros. 3, one of my favorite games growing up. And we have a $50 donation from Jirxis Minion, I apologize if I'm mispronouncing your username, saying keep doing what you guys do. All these games bring back childhood memories. We have a $30 donation from Moldy Locks saying, hey AGDQ, this marathon is one of the highlights of the year for me, along with summer games done quick. My mom has been cancer-free for about 5 years now, so that's a great reason to donate and celebrate. Save the animals, forget the frames. And we have a $20 donation from the Furs and Glaceon saying, glad to be at my first AGDQ. Good luck on the SM64 race. And let's break 1 million before it's over. Keep up the good work, everybody. We got a $20 donation from Retro Next Gen saying, gotta donate during the gimmick run. Love all the GDQ events and keep up the great work, guys. And we have a $100 donation from Jesus Christ saying, can't wait for the final run of FF4. $50 to naming Kane Lemmy and $50 for the Excalibur run. Fusoya.